It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, the spin. And now running right through him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now the offense for Detroit.
With Matthew Stafford at quarterback and Marvin Jones and Golden Tate at wide receiver, we know that Detroit is proficient at throwing the football. But they want to increase their running game production. Only 30th in the league in 2016. They went out and signed offensive guard T.J. Lang and right tackle Ricky Wagner in order to try and get the running game going.
Got some room at the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. To throw on third down. Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. In his 5th year from Appalachian State, it's Sam Martin on to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They find some open field here. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a gain of 9. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Coming left, it's Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So out now come the Lions. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a handoff looking right. He finds an opening past the 40. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And now here's a carry heading left. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And now it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
On second down, Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And now a first down following that long gain. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 83 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Whoosh. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. In the red zone this time. They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 11-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A short gain there of just 4. That'll bring up a 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This is fielded at the goal line. Uses the stiff arm. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain. I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken the early lead. Mitch Trubisky, a first-quarter touchdown pass in that one. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up in the Sunday night game, matchup you don't see very often, a rematch of Super Bowl 18. The Raiders traveling to Washington. And then tomorrow on Monday night, we'll see the Cowboys heading to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Former NFC East rivals.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. Now a hit and a loose football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
They run the counter now on first down. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. They've gone to the 2nd quarter in Buffalo. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Mitch Trubisky, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete, and he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points, and that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goals in video games. That's who kicks field goals in video games. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
With a carry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Stafford on first down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Set. 250. Hey. 4 down.
Here's Stafford now on second down. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. Ben Roethlisberger hooking up with his guys early and often. 3 first-half touchdowns. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And some room to roam now. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go! Move, 58! Move, 58!
Looking to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. An update over in Soldier Field. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. Ben Roethlisberger hooking up with his guys early and often. 3 first-half touchdowns. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Lions are not moving the ball through the air for a second straight week. The Falcons have done enough on that end to disrupt the flow, and that's played into it as well. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Taking a look now, early first quarter. The quick pass and completion is made, and he ends up at the 29-yard line before he stopped on the play. Falcons still on the field. Freeman's going to run off the left side, and he'll take this all the way for the touchdown. The Falcons up by a touchdown. 1st and 10. The deep ball is on target here, and he ends up at the 9-yard line before he stopped on the play. Falcons now later on the drive. Here the pass will be completed into coverage, and this play will go for 6. So that'll bring our halftime report to a close. We'll go back now to Ford Field for the start of the third quarter.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ziggy Ansah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Room here to run. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Let's go!
He'll drop to throw. And he's got Miller. And that one results in 35 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll run for it now. Here's Marcel Reese. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go!
And to give this time to the tailback. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after him.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
Let's go! Blue 58!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes, because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Just 1 yard to go here on 2nd down. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to bury him for a loss of 11. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here now the punter Martin booming this one away. This is taken at the 18. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Let's go!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They run, Devontae Freeman. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the 4th quarter still to come. We're in the 3rd. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again, please, right?
Not turning down any carries.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Something got lost in translation in this game. He's run the ball really well, done all the things that you want in a game plan, but unable to convert it into points, unable to ring the bell consistently enough to make it a winning effort.
That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. We got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a first down throw. Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And his kick is right through. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
To throw on second down is Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. First and 10, Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down. Seven yards to go on second down. To the air again, Stafford. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. And thinking upset, the Giants are out in front there. Matt Ryan, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ebron. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Stafford looks to throw again. This is caught. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sam Barrington. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Jameis Winston, 3 touchdown passes thus far. Coleman now. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Freeman again. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.